Welcome to Dawson County News Fall Media Day. I'm here with members of the Dawson County High School cross country team. Dawson County News Fall Media Day is presented by Andine Chevrolet. Today I'm here with members of the cross country team, with both teams making state last season. Obviously a pretty solid season, another one for your group. How's this summer been? How's the running program been for you guys so far?
It's been great turnout. The core group of kids are back. They're working really hard, so we're really excited about the season.
And I'm just kind of curious, heading from season to season, how do you kind of like hope to improve, and where do you see improvement?
Yeah, these kids, they when the season's over, they'll take a few weeks off, and then they'll do some winter training, and then they go right into track. And so it's like we hope to start the season at least where we finished the season at last year. And so they worked really hard, and so really excited about it. And so we got a good group of kids back, so we're pumped.
And I'm just kind of always curious about kind of the change of a couple seniors leave and then another group has to kind of step up. What has that process kind of been like, finding new faces and familiar faces? From
year to year, we'll lose some kids that hurt us. A couple years ago, it was the boys' side. We lost more boys, and then last year, this coming up season, we've lost two of our top runners on the girls' side, but. These girls work hard. They've been in it since middle school, and so it's just like basically the next man up. And so whether they've been in that role or not, they've just got to step up and be a leader. And so some of them's going to try to figure that out this year. So we're excited about it. And like I say, the summer has been great. We're seeing a lot of growth out of all kids from top to bottom. We bring the middle school up as well, so we all practice together. So it's a smooth transition for us.
And I'm kind of curious, is there anything you look for in particular that kind of, like, hey, this is what you can improve on, and is there a specific trait that you kind of try and identify for your, the improvement wise?
Yeah, I mean, this is a sport in which if the kid's willing to work and tell you and listen to what you're trying to get them to do, they'll show huge, tremendous growth. For example, the guy sitting next to me, this is his second year running, and to look at where he's at, to be our top runner last year, and then hopefully this year, he's going to be our top runner. But hopefully he's got some goals set for him. Just the growth, it's phenomenal if the kids will actually work. So we want hardworking kids, and it's a tough sell to say, hey, we're going to come out this summer, we're going to run 7 or 8 miles. Where school's going to start, it's going to be 100 degrees. We're going to run 7 or 8 miles. And so it's not a sport for everyone, but these kids come work. They got to be a little bit crazy to be willing to do that. But and we structure it so every kid's different, and so we try to give them some numbers and goals to hit, and so they'll basically progress at their own speed versus trying to be somebody else.
Awesome. And then if you can pass along here, I'm just kind of wondering, you kind of mentioned, hitting some of those goals. What are some of your personal goals that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, definitely this season looking to place high at state. Last year we came by, we barely got in, but we made it, and we had a strong appearance. We made it past the sectional round, and this year I'm just looking to help grow the team. My senior year, I'm looking to make a difference and make an impact on the team. Help the younger kids grow. We have a lot of younger kids coming in, so that's a big thing, just helping the younger generation go up.
Awesome. And then same question to you. What are some of your personal goals?
Kind of again what he said, but also even a more personal goal for myself. I really want to beat my PR again this year, ideally break 22 minutes in the 5K, and just hopefully, again, go to state with my team, have a good time at state, have a good season.
Awesome. And then I'm kind of curious, so pass back to here, and, what does a typical, race day look like for you? How do you kind of get yourself, mentally prepared for that?
Yeah, I mean, if we have an afternoon race, usually it'll be going home from school or something like that, and then getting some. I usually eat grilled chicken and rice right before my races every single time. It's it always helps me. And then we'll get on the bus. I'll have a few snacks but we have a morning race. We got to wake up at 4:30, 5, super early. Just getting up, getting some fuel in. That's the most important thing right there. You can't go out on an empty stomach right before a race. Getting some fuel in, getting some just heading on the bus early, getting some good sleep. That's mainly it.
Awesome. And then same question to you, kind of how do you get ready for a race?
I just have to make sure a lot of times, regardless of whether it's an afternoon or a morning race, that the day before I hydrate really well and make sure I eat pretty healthy, hydrate well, maybe do a little bit more stretching than normal. And yeah, if it's a morning race, we got to get up really early, make sure I go to bed at a good time so I'm well rested and ready to run in the morning.
Awesome. And then I'm kind of curious, what's something that I guess the, typical person wouldn't know about running or cross country that, that you think kind of stands out to you?
I mean, coming into it, I didn't think it'd be that hard, I mean, just running, you think about it. But I figured out really fast how hard it was. Really humbling. It's super hard. You got to go out every day, get out in the sun, go run, especially whenever we get in season after school runs. It'll be super hot. It's just hard to stay motivated and get out there, but once you get into it, it comes to you,
Absolutely. And then same question to you. What's kind of the unique part that people wouldn't expect?
I think kind of that it's not just like, oh, you just go out and run. Like there's definitely different things to it. There's long runs, easy runs, like workouts, tempo, bunch of different types of running. So, and like you need to do a good mix of all of them to get better. And it's not just going out there and just running.
And then I'm kind of curious. It's a little bit of a different sport where it's like a little individualized, but you guys are still a team. How do you kind of bond together as a team?
Yeah, I mean, during last season, the one thing we really did a lot was Bible studies. We believe that really helped push us. Like when we were all going through hard times, we were all just like towards the end of the season, we all needed the Lord to help guide us through it all. But just the Bible studies, we're trying to get some like Friday, like before races, team dinners and stuff like that. And really, it's the most important part. It's a team sport. It all matters. We need that team bonding there.
And then same question to you. How do you guys kind of come together as a team?
We do a lot of our runs together. Like a lot of us do our runs together and run as a team. And even before races, we'll do team warm-ups, team stretches, a bunch of stuff. And just like we hang out together a lot during practice, and we all just bond over that.
Awesome. And I'm kind of curious is there like a favorite part that, something that, maybe isn't the running part that is probably your favorite part of being part of the team?
Yeah, definitely the team. When I first came in, I mean, I was coming from baseball and basketball. It's a little bit different. But I came in, and it was just like a loving community, We all became a family, and that really stuck out to me there. And that's mainly right there.
Awesome. Then same question to you, kind of what's your favorite part of being part of the team?
I like also, again, just how nice everyone is. Everybody wants you to succeed. Like even people from other teams I've found, like will start a conversation with you at the starting line of a race and just be like, good luck. And it's just a really great community. Everybody wants everybody to do well.
Awesome. And then, passing along to Coach here, I'm kind of wondering, what are kind of some of the short-term goals that you set for your team?
Yeah, so we work hard all summer. We start the season with a 2-mile race, and so basically we're going to try to build some base up this summer and then go from there and have some goals personally for each individual kid. Ideally we want to compete well at, we used to say regions, but at sectionals we want to be one of the top 12 teams and get through. And, we built a really good program here. We're one of the top programs in the state. We feel confident about that. And so, we want to have a good showing at sectionals and get through and get to the state meet. And then ultimately we want to score as high as we can at the state meet. A couple of years ago, the girls finished second, and then they finished third. The boys have been consistently in the top 10. Last year, we slid just outside the top 10. So our goal is to get back to state and compete really well there. As far as short-term goals, we want to set individual goals for the kids as far as reaching PRs and then hopefully each week getting better. But we want them to also realize that we don't want you running your fastest at the start of the season. We want to peak at the end of the season. And so, that's kind of, for some of these kids that's been here for a while, you got to kind of hold the reins and try to keep them slowed down so that at the end of the season they're able, because it's a long process all the way up till November. And so, we got to we want to be peaking at November, not now.
And then I'm kind of wondering then, what's kind of the key to kind of what you said, peaking at the right time?
So it's like Caroline said, we're going to mix up the runs, and so we don't want every practice to be identical, the same. So we mix up the runs throughout the thing, and we try to make some days fun. The workout days are usually not that fun for them. We try to have some team bonding stuff, and just little things to try to get through it, and just try to build that team camaraderie from top to bottom.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. I wish you guys good luck. And I've been your host, Lucas Kochevar, and thank you for watching our 2026 Fall Media Day. You can check out our other season previews at dawsonnews.com. Thanks for watching.